Jake the Film Guy, Microbudgeter.com. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can find your next video production prospect.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring.
This will be the first of 3 videos that I'm going to bring to you that will walk you through every step you need, A to Z, on how to find a video production prospect and ask if they can use your services as a video producer. But first, the only things you're going to need are an internet connection, a laptop, and probably Chrome. You need to download a couple of extensions from Chrome that you can use for free. They are freemium services. And you just need a lot of grit. Grit is what you will always need in your video production services. And maybe eating your vitamins and saying a prayer or two. Couldn't hurt. Let's dive right in. First things first, don't worry about prospecting big chains. Mickey D's, Burger King, Pep Boys. They've already got their own marketing and communications departments. They're not going to use regular old Joe Schmoes like you and me off the streets. You need to look for the mom and pop businesses in your backyard. I'm talking about, especially in this day and age of the coronavirus, I'm talking about the essential businesses that absolutely have customers that need their services in any event in time. In any place, anywhere, it doesn't matter the circumstances, there's always going to be crowded information, especially with so many different channels for dissemination of information available to us. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all the different social media channels, radio, TV, billboard ads, the whole 9 yards. We are inundated with marketing. We are the most marketed to generation in the history of humankind, and so it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, there's always going to be a need to break above the noise, to get above the fray, and get our messages out there. And so that's where you, as a budding filmmaker and video producer, can come and serve those businesses right there in your backyard. Let's get started. Alright, let's look at an essential business. I really hate that phrase. I really do. It reminds me so much of Schindler's List, and I think it leads to this possible devaluing of human life, and I'm not for that as a follower of Jesus, and I hope you're not either. So let's scrap that phrase. Here's an all-purpose business, a business that is useful in any economic situation or downturn. An electrician right here in my backyard. This electrician that I'm going to look at, he's running a Google ad. Now, why does that matter to you? That person is invested in advertising their business. They want to get above the fray. They want to pierce the noise and get their services out there to a crowded and noisy world. This person, because they are running Google ads, that tells me they might benefit from a video. They might benefit from Facebook advertising. They might benefit from a whole suite of things that you and I can provide as budding filmmakers. Let's check this website out. Edwards Electric, LLC. After combing through the website, doing a couple of free plug-in searches on the website to see if there were any broken links, things that I could immediately help out with, I didn't find anything that I could do directly to help with his website. And truth be told, he's not really creating any kind of information on his website above and beyond the phone number, address, and some customer reviews. He doesn't need to go all in on his branding. He could, but he doesn't need to. Doesn't seem like that's his long-term goal of building himself into a brand. So to really get carried away on refurbishing the website, not a good idea. It's powered by GoDaddy. Leave it as it is. He or somebody else on his team, whoever that he is obviously running the website, or they've paid somebody else to do it. Possibly even their Google Ads. Either way, they're clearly in the market for some advertising. And you and I, we fall into that bucket. After doing a lot of homework on the website, couldn't really figure out who the owner was. I had to check the reviews to get a consistent name. Adam, Zach. 2 people that are a part of this team. Probably both of them owners in some respect. And if you go over to their Facebook profile, it's one of those things where there are 3 pictures. There are 3 guys in this picture. One of these guys is probably Adam. One of them is probably Zach. Either way, whoever that third guy is an influencer, if not a decision maker. Treat all of them with respect. Treat all of them as though they are the owners. And make sure you're addressing both of those gentlemen when you're prospecting. The Facebook page over here doesn't have any information about ads being run. Now, their own transparency right here in the bottom right corner enables you to see just exactly what they're doing in terms of advertising. It's a part of the Facebook landscape. There are no plugins required for this. This is a free step that you can absolutely implement today when you go and look on somebody's Facebook page. No ads right now. In fact, let's go and see in the ad library just how many ads they've been running in the past. I bet you big whopping 0. And the thing about Facebook is you can get so specific in your targeting. Every business benefits from using Facebook ads. Says that it hasn't run any ads. Now, this part of the Facebook transparency is hit or miss. I've noticed that it won't always catalog what's going on with exactness. Sometimes it'll say there are no ads in that page's history, and yet I know for a fact that person has run ads because I've run the ads for the page. Another common search that you can do is through Google. You can try to find the owner this way by saying site:linkedin.com, use quotes, the name of the company. Now, it turns out there are several Edwards Electric LLCs around the United States, so you could force your hand here by adding Kansas City, since we know we're trying to prospect somebody in Kansas City. Again, use whatever metro is closest to you. Right here, the top match is Edwards Electric, CEO and owner, Edwards Electric. Well, hello, Bob Vance of Bob Vance Refrigeration. Just because it says Edwards Electric doesn't mean any of the guys are named Edwards. In fact, it could be that the previous owner was Edwards. That's entirely possible, as I know from my own family history. My great-granddaddy was a co-owner of a jewelry store in Tampa, Florida that bore the name of the original owner. By the time my granddad came onto the scene after having gotten his MBA from Emory University in Georgia, and he and his brother took over the family business, the name had changed, the branding had changed, but nonetheless, there was a jaunt there in that company's history where the original owner was no longer the owner or co-owner, and yet his name was still attached to it. Kind of like Walmart, still called Walmart based on Sam Walton's vision, but Sam Walton's long gone. Maybe an apples and oranges argument, but the point here is that Edwards Electric may not actually have an Edwards involved in it, and because LinkedIn turned up a dead end, at that point we're going to stick with what we saw on the website itself in terms of the reviews, that these guys are certainly part of this company. Adam, Zach, they're at the very least influencers, if not decision makers, because I do see their name pop up very often, both on that page and on the Facebook page. Last but not least, if you're really trying to figure out a prospect's name, you can go to the Missouri Secretary of State, because, little known fact, I didn't know this until I was moving out here, Kansas City actually shares a significant boundary with Missouri. Go figure, Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs are in Missouri. Bet you didn't know that. In any event, you can do the same thing here. You simply just type in the following information into your Google search bar. Your state's name. Perhaps you're in Nevada like my old state, and you want to figure out the Secretary of State. Business search. And you look for that index. Here we go. Boom. Business search. Nevada Secretary of State. Click here to go to the new search. Oh, wait. I'll play along, Nevada. While that's loading, all you'd have to do on the Secretary of State's website is type in the LLC's name, or even if it's a sole proprietorship, whatever the business name is, you type it in here, and hopefully something crops up here. So, for example, let's look up Good Video Productions. My friend Josh Good. Last I checked, he incorporated as an LLC in Nevada. So, if he is still current, or even if he's expired, this should show up. There it is, Good Video Productions, LLC. If I click on the link here, I should be able to find out more information about the owner of Good Video Productions. I should see Josh Good's name. And the same thing happens here. Hey, there it is. Good Video Productions. Joshua Charles Good. Reminds me of Magneto always saying, Charles! in the original X-Men movies. In the Missouri Secretary of State website, I can do the same thing here, and it turns up a dead end because they are using a registered agent, and the registered agent happens to be a law firm. Womp, womp, womp. This is a common business practice where a law firm becomes the point of contact for the Secretary of State, for a lot of other business mailings, that sort of thing. You don't actually see who the owner is if they have that registered agent. It seems like 9 times out of 10. It's not really a hard and fast rule. So this turned up a dead end, but it could, as in the case of the Nevada business search, turn up the owner's name if you needed to prospect that business and find the owner's name, which I absolutely encourage you to do. You must find the owner's name! Till next time, keep creating with the King of Kings. Hey, if you're struggling with a sex addiction, a porn addiction, get help. Flee from that stuff. We can't afford as followers of Jesus to be entangled with that darkness.